there, welcome to Kitchen Counter Crafts. And if you like this video, would you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Now let's get on with the video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this ESV preaching Bible in the black goatskin. So a little backstory here. And that is that I was using this ESV, Crossway ESV single column journaling Bible for my art. And it just really kind of, after being taken to church every Sunday and drawn in, and then in between just kind of messed with and read and really quite misused and handled. It started kind of becoming a little bit wobbly on me. I don't know if you can tell. And it's because it's not edge lined, and it's just not a luxury Bible. That's all. It was good for one purpose, and that was for journaling. But when you start putting so much art and so much time into a journaling Bible, it becomes, you start kind of wondering what's going to happen to the pages and things like that, and especially if you're going to start passing it down. So I'm going to get these out of the way. Enter in the ESV preaching Bible, and this one was recommended to me by my husband. He did some research for me, and he said you just needed an upgrade. So that's really why I have this, and I wanted to show you the box and things like that. So if you were interested in that, here's a closer shot. I hope it's still in frame of the ESV preaching Bible in goatskin and black. The retail value on this is $200. I think they're mostly out of stock now, but I don't know. I'm still doing a review on this for you. Here's the back of the box if you would like to see what that says here. So it talks about different features, and that's the 10-point type, single column, paragraph, extra wide margins, boldface numbers, high quality paper, 2 ribbon markers, Smyth-Sewn, and premium goatskin cover. So let's go ahead and get into this box here. And I'd already opened it because I've already drawn in it and everything else. So got this from Evangelical Bible. I'm going to give them a shout out because they are the premium Bible source. And then it comes also with a pledge from Crossway about any defects and things like that. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful, lovely looking Bible just straight out of the box. I'm going to get the box out of the way. And what you're going to see is this gorgeous gilt edging, gilded gold. So I'm going to go through some of the qualifications, the specifications of this ESV Bible. So again, I kind of wrote it all out here if you want to take a screenshot of the specifics of it. But I'm just going to read them for you real quick, and I'll also have them on the comments portion of the video. So it's a 2016 ESV text, a 2018 publication. It actually has 1.25-inch margins that are considered to be extra wide. Goatskin leather covered. It is edge line. I'll show you that. It has a presentation page. It has 8 colored maps, not 8 in 8 colors, but 8 pages of maps. 2 ribbons, and that actually is a critique of this Bible by other people. It has a beautiful gold gilded edges, which I already showed you. The spine, 10-point font, off-white paper. The trim was kind of interesting because a lot of people kind of had different measurements on that, and I'm going to measure it out for you. It's also Smyth-Sewn, like I said before. 10-point font. Even some of the other sites, they vary on the page numbers. And then it's about 3.5 pounds. Single column, bolded verses, printed in China, which is also a critique by others. 1/2-inch gap, and 36 GSM paper that is opaque. There are footnotes at the bottom. It's super easy to read because of the spacing. And then now for the journaling critique, just real quick. If you don't want to watch the rest of the video. the journaling is that there's just not enough room, but you're going to see in just a minute. It's beautiful paper. It is built to last. Nice legacy to pass down. And also down here I have, it might just be a little bit too fancy because I was really scared to write in it when I first got it. So I wish you could smell this, but it smells amazing. Kind of like a new car smell or a brand new pair of boots. And so it's a lovely, lovely smell. So I'm going to start off, especially because the Bible journaling people are going to want to know how big are the margins. The margins are, oh my goodness, as I flash you with my gold ruler. I don't know if you can see right here, but they are right at about 1.25 inch margins. So I'm going to bring that in closer so you can see right there. So 1.25 and hardly anything on the bottom. It's not even worth measuring that. But in the Psalms, of course, you get a lot more room, but then you get a lot more room in the Psalms and other places as well. So, you know, it's going to give you a lot more margin space here. But then again, that's kind of not what I was looking for, but that's okay. So this is a goatskin leather. It's super soft and it has a leather liner. It's got the lovely gilt on the edge here also. And then it is edge lined so that you can see it's actually pretty flexible on the edge lining. And one of the ways you can tell that is by turning it right to Genesis 1 and seeing if it's gonna lay down flat or not, and it does. It's not bad at all. Oh, Genesis 1, let's go. Okay, another problem is that the pages are a little sticky together, and that was one of the other critiques, but it lays pretty flat, right? And I haven't been using it too long. I've only had it about a couple weeks. So edge lined, the presentation page, I think I just kind of skipped over it. There's this lovely, that page, this one here, another one here, another one here, and then you get to the presentation page, and it's a very nice presentation page, which my husband filled out for me with a personal message there. So you have the Holy Bible here, and then the contents. Here's the information on the copyright. Then you get to the contents, the preface. I'm going to get to the first page of Genesis again. Here's the Old Testament. Now there are no color changes. It's all in the black text. You do have the first part of the Genesis chapter that is bolded. The verses are bolded, but it's not too heavily bolding. So I'm not using this for preaching. Obviously, I'm using it for Bible journaling. And I wanted the preacher's Bible mainly because there's room there usually for notes. And so it's nice block. You can follow along very easily. There are 2 ribbons here. You can see those. They are double face satin. So, but the critique of the ribbons is that they're black. I don't really, it doesn't matter to me. They're ribbons, so who cares? But some people like a different color for the Old Testament and one for the New. Again, I'm drawing in this, so it doesn't matter to me. The page color, some people call it white. I think it's more of an off-white. It's still a pretty white. It's different than the cream that is in my Crossway ESV. So if you can hopefully tell, that's definitely cream. That is a white when you compare it to this one. If you take a look, the font size is so little. On this one, it's a 7.5. Can you see that? It is teeny tiny. And on this one, it's a 10-point font, but it looks even bigger because of the spacing that you get in between the sentences. So it's very, very nice, easy to read, nice contrast between a black ink and the off-white page. Now, the block size on this is right here. This is a 5-inch ruler. It's right at 5 inches. You can see that. And then here it is 5. And I measured it out before. It's right at 8 inches. So inside is 8 inches. The yap is exactly 1/2 inch right here. So you have a 1/2 inch yap on all sides. So that adds to the trim size overall. And as I mentioned before, you've got a lot of different trim sizes going on. So I just go by what the publisher said, and that's a 6.25 by a 9.725. It is Smyth-Sewn, which is really nice. And then you have the bands that are at the very top, and it's a 2-color. There's like a white, black, and maybe gold. I can't quite tell, but very pretty top and bottom bands. There you go. So single column paragraph, as I mentioned before, bolded verses. It is printed in China. That is a critique by some people. Again, I think it's supposed to keep the cost down. And then 36 GSM paper. I had to look all over the place for that. And so to be able to figure out and find what that entails. So coming into the art, I haven't put much art into it. Here's just a pencil sketch. And I was barely able to use the column here. But on this side, it's nice amount of space here for Jesus. And then here's some sketches and notes that I normally take in church. And then another sketch on the side. I'm actually going to just be doing more sketches in this one than painting, because again, I'm kind of scared to use it just because it's so fancy. There's some bleed through from the pen, and that was actually a nice pen that I used, and I'm going to go through the types of pens that I use at a later time. But those are the only sketches that I put down in this, and I'm going to show you what I mean by painting in my Bible. I know some of you might be horrified, but I actually use water on my pages and they pucker up, which is kind of cool, but I'm not doing that in my fancy Bible. So I hope that this was a good review for you. I hope that I answered some questions, and I just realized I didn't even go through the maps yet. So I'm going to just do that really quick at the back of the Bible here. You've got weights and measures, a blank page, and then very, very pretty maps. World of the Patriarchs, Exodus from Egypt, 12 tribes of Israel. The colors on the maps are kind of antique, which I like. Israel under Saul, David, and Solomon. Then a map of the city of Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. Palestine in the time of Jesus. Paul's first and second missionary journeys. Then Paul's third missionary journey and his voyage to Rome. You have one blank, very thick page, one more that is a part of the edge lining, and that is the end of that. So the only marks inside the liner is this goatskin leather. In the front, you don't have anything. So that is the ESV Crossway Preaching Bible. 4 spines that are raised, 4, which is kind of odd because sometimes they have 5, and but I don't know why they have 4. But very, very pretty Bible. And again, hope you liked that review. And if you liked it, would you please maybe offer a comment and subscribe? And until next time, thanks for watching.